All right. I recorded this last week and nothing recorded, so let's just keep our fingers crossed that it works. For those of you who haven't met me, my name is Caroline Quibell, and I live in Logan Lake, British Columbia. I got 2 feet of snow in my backyard, and I have a blog called Roaming RV, and I share information on full-time RVing, mainly for Canadians, but I have a lot of stuff that's relevant to American RVers as well. So that's why I decided to start this blab, so that we can all share and hopefully make it a lot easier for each of us. So I think, Kelly, I'm going to let you introduce yourself. How's that?
Sure. Hi, I'm Kelly, and this is my husband, Carl. We are retiring at the end of March, and we are selling everything, and our son is buying our home, and we're going to go full-time RVing. So right now we're looking for work camping, and we've got some interviews that we've been lining up, and so we'll see where that takes us. But we're going to be hopefully work camping in Canada and then down in Arizona for wintertime.
Awesome. I think we all dream of that.
Yes. And I've got about 3 feet of snow in my backyard. Ugh.
Yeah, you're in Castlegar, right?
Trail.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think you have a little bit more snow than we do. So Debbie, there you are. I'm sorry we got screwed up last week. You tried so hard to get on, and it wasn't working, but I think that was my fault. So do you want to introduce yourself?
This is, I'm Debbie Barnes, and my husband Sean here. We're looking at retiring this summer. We are, hold on, we had the TV on pause. It's just on pause.
Yeah, it'll only stay on pause for an hour. I've tried it.
Because it was all on Canada over the edge, all on British Columbia.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
So we live in Ontario, and we are wanting to move to BC.
Selling everything.
Selling our home, putting the house up for sale in the spring. And
towing our sailboat out.
All we're taking with us is our sailboat because we want to go sailing and RVing.
Perfect.
Wow.
So we're gonna buy.
You're moving to the island, aren't you?
No. Pender Harbor.
No,
the Sunshine Coast.
Pender. Oh, okay. I spoke to someone from Ontario that are retiring to the island, and I wasn't sure if it was you or not.
So we're going to buy our travel trailer out there. We've done all our research.
We'll tow our boat from here and then put it up on the hard for next winter. But when we get to BC, then we want to buy an RV.
Yeah. And then,
terrific.
And then go down to the States.
Were you asking a while ago about the best route to pull your boat?
Yes.
Now I got it. Yeah. Okay. Did you find out?
Yeah. Well, we have a couple options. We're just we're gonna wait to see what happens to the dollar. It comes up, you know.
Oh.
So
yeah. That hurts everybody, unfortunately. Yeah.
Because we're trying to avoid the big mountains in BC as much as possible.
Oh, come on. They're not that bad.
no, they're not that bad. We can do it. We have to,
Oh, you might as well get used to it. You're moving to BC, so you might as well get used to our mountains.
Yeah. Our son lives in Kelowna.
Oh, okay.
I love Kelowna.
I do too. I've lived there before too, so yeah. Also too, just so you know, I've full-time RV'd for a number of years and then went back to a house. But we have a big for sale sign in our front lawn, and hopefully our house will sell this spring and we're going to be back on the road again. So.
Good for you guys.
So when you talk about selling everything and getting rid of it all, I've done it twice.
Oh, yeah.
So.
What's the shortest amount of time that you sold it in?
Well, if you ask my mother, because I did hers too, I sold their house and all their furniture, all their belongings. They were in and out of the house in just over a month.
Wow.
Yeah, it was in Penticton. I had to sell it, and I had a huge, great big yard sale. I listed things on Castanet and Kijiji, and yeah, we had everything gone within a month. So it can be done.
Oh, yes. We just, we figured a couple weeks we can do it.
Yeah.
We will do it. Not we can, we will.
You will. That's the difference. Yeah. So today, because I advertised to everybody that, actually, I'm going to go back to Lenny for a sec. Yeah, your camera's not on, but your microphone should be on. If you speak, we should be able to hear you. I'm going to start, I want to talk about cell phone coverage for snowbirds down south, because that's what I kind of advertise for everybody, that's our topic for today. We can discuss that, and then we'll talk about internet coverage as well. And then after that, if anyone has any questions, we can take the topic anywhere we want it to go. This is our program. So now I've done some checking on cell phones for snowbirds going into the States, and 3 companies that I've been looking at. Now, Debbie and Sean, you guys are coming to BC, so this might apply to you too. There's a company in BC that's called Roam Mobility, and you can use your own phone as long as it's unlocked, and they are in conjunction with T-Mobility as well, and you get a U.S. number. Oh. The one good thing about, now this is not maybe what you want the only phone, but it's worth checking into. I have it online here. The good thing about Roam Mobility, for around $30 a month, you can have, let me just double check, make sure I've got that correct. Oh, I have to go on Safari. Okay, Snowbird plans with Roam Mobility. There's a plan for around $35 Canadian a month, and you can talk unlimited within the United States. You can text anywhere in North America unlimited. You have no data for that amount, but you can phone back to Canada unlimited within the plan, and you also get voicemail and caller ID. So that's one that I hadn't heard of before, and it was just brought to my attention recently. Oh, let me just check. Ken wants in. Hi, Ken. So that's one, Roam Mobility, and their website is roammobility.com. Okay. And they also have other plans too where you can get data as well. So I think it's worth checking out. Have any of you heard of this one before?
No.
No? Okay. Well, I do know people that are using it. One couple that I know, they use, let's see, the wife uses Roam Mobility because she's using an old unlocked smartphone. Okay. And she was able to use Roam Mobility. It works for them because she can phone back to Canada and talk to her grandchildren unlimited amount of time. He uses and you get a U.S. number, but he uses, let's see, he uses T-Mobile because they take Canadian credit cards so that you can pay as you go ahead of time. Before you leave Canada, you can set it up so that you pay for like the next 3 months if you like. And just going to let Lenny's going to try it again. So you can pay as you go for 3 months. You get a U.S. number. They like having a U.S. number because then their American friends or people down in the States. Oh, there's Lenny. Hi. Hi. Just one sec, Lenny. So that people in the States can call them without having to call long distance. So they use both. between the husband and wife. They use Roam Mobility and T-Mobile. And his problem with Verizon was the fact that you can't use a Canadian credit card.
Oh, okay.
Okay. They just, because he does everything online, he pays, pay as you go ahead of time and sets everything up. And Verizon won't let you. So that was the one thing. However, I do know other Canadians who use Verizon, and they're quite happy with it. They've got, now Verizon and T-Mobile are American companies, so when you're looking at their prices online, just remember they're U.S. funds.
Right.
So, hi Lenny.
Hi, sorry I had a little confusion trying to get it to work here.
That's okay. That's all right. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Lenny. My husband Jim is here with me. We're both full-timers. We're actually in a Soyuz. A little too pricey. Medical's a bit of an issue, so we don't go stateside.
That's
We're
okay.
from Alberta. Actually, my best friend lives in Logan Lake, which is
Oh,
kind of
really?
funny.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's funny, because Logan Lake's not very big.
No, I know it's not.
Well, we'll have to tie up one of these days, and I'll find out who your friend is.
Hello, Kelly, and hello, Debbie, and the other folks, too.
Welcome, Lenny.
I think we have some people on the side, too, but if anyone that isn't on the camera have any questions, please feel free to jump in, and between the 4 of us, or the 6 of us, we'll try and answer some of your questions for you. So does anyone else have any input on these cell phones that, I know, Lenny, it probably won't apply to you because you're not going into the States, but do you have a cell phone plan that you use for in BC that works for you?
I use Bell, and I originally got it in BC because I'm originally from BC.
Okay.
I got the Bell business plan because it allowed me to roam stateside initially.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't cost all that much. So I still have the Bell cell and really like it. It's also my hub for my internet.
Oh, okay. So is this is it a Canadian Bell company that you're using?
Yep.
Or yeah?
Yeah,
So
Bell is Canadian.
Right. Okay.
Our satellite dish is Bell as well.
So do you have a monthly plan that covers the cell phone plus your internet?
Yeah.
And it's reasonable?
It depends how much you use the internet.
Okay.
It starts at $10. I use around 15 gigs, so that might be about $75 a month plus your 10. But if you're not traveling, not using it, it's a flat rate of 10, so it makes it kind of nice that way, because if you're in an RV park where they have good reception, then I don't use the hub. If they've got lousy reception, then I do use the hub.
Okay. Well, that works.
Lenny, do you use the internet for business or more pleasure?
Both. I still work, and I do some of my work from home because I can do it on the internet because I'm just doing data entry. So it works well.
I work from home, so I need lots of gig.
I do too.
Yeah, you would.
Okay.
And some of the providers don't have, like Bell Satellite, you can get internet, but you can only get it one way. You can't get it both ways.
What do you mean both ways? What do you mean?
You can't download.
Oh, okay.
You can receive, but you can't send.
So that wouldn't work for me because I'm uploading videos and such all the time.
My Bell Hub works good.
Yeah?
It's just that you really have to watch. Like Shaw and TELUS have really good internet, but you have to be in a static spot to be able to get it.
Yeah. Right now I'm using TELUS.
And they're very good.
They're good, yeah, but it's not what I'll be using when we get back out on the road again. I used Sorry, go ahead.
Be careful with that with TELUS, because if you no longer use TELUS, you lose your email with them.
I don't use TELUS email.
Okay.
Yeah, I use Gmail or Yahoo, and that way I can log into any computer. I can go absolutely anywhere in the world and get my email, except for China. I was in China. My son lives in China, and I was over there in September, and China does not allow Google or Yahoo. So I had to, I learned a lot while I was there. I had to sign up with get a VPN number and fool the Chinese government that I actually was in Montreal. So, but it worked. I was able to get my email and everything.
Spam. Yahoo has a ton of spam in it. That's why they don't allow it. I use Hotmail and Gmail.
Yeah, I use Gmail. That's my business account, and everything is through Google. So, yeah.
So, Lenny,
sorry, go ahead.
Lenny, are you living in a RV park right now?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I should say we are.
Yes.
Are you in?
I can hardly hear you.
Who, Debbie? Yeah, she's.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you could turn up your sound maybe a little bit, Debbie, I'm not sure. Lenny, are you guys just in the Asuyas Park for this winter, or are you going to be there year round?
No, we're wintering here.
Yeah, and where do you spend your summers?
Wherever we wind up parking or feel like staying. Usually somewhere within Canada.
Yeah. So is your home base then in BC, or do you have a home base elsewhere?
We don't have a home base.
I don't want to hear that.
I know you don't.
I never heard that. That's okay. Let's get back to the cell phones. Debbie and Sean, have you guys looked into cell phone plans, or?
We have cell phones plans through Rogers here in Ontario.
Yeah.
Then we came out to BC in April, and everywhere we went, we seemed to have a.
Oh, we lost you.
Our phones worked. You put your finger there. Our phones worked fine wherever we went in BC.
Oh, okay.
Using Rogers.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's good to know. I was told Rogers, the reception sometimes in some locations wasn't all that great, but I'm not sure.
Wherever we went, we were fine. We went
okay, well, that's good to know.
Up the Sunshine Coast up to Powell River.
Yeah.
And, we were using our phones. We even used our phones for when we crossed the ferry and the navigation app. We could use our phones for the navigation on the ferry. We could watch us on our software.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, that's good. Yeah, because which ferry were you going up the Sunshine Coast that way?
Yeah, we went from Gibson's and from Vancouver.
Okay. Okay, so you're okay. Because I know going over to Nanaimo and Victoria, about halfway over, I lose reception.
We didn't go over to Victoria this time. So
yeah.
Not sure. No, not to Victoria.
What did you use for internet coverage? Or did you? You didn't have to.
We had it on our phones.
Oh, okay. Okay. So Kelly and Carl, have you guys looked into anything at all?
Well, because we're going to be, our goal is to hopefully get on with like a KOA or what have you. They're going to have internet for us.
Okay.
So, other than that, we haven't really looked into it just yet.
No. Okay.
Someone else in the city, you said something about using they won't take a Canadian credit card?
On some.
On some. I ran this when I tried to get DishNet in the States. Now I wanted American television down there. And I got around that by getting a prepaid Visa. No problem.
Oh, okay. I never thought about that.
Yeah, and the way you went, the guy goes, "Oh, we'll take that." So
okay, mind you see, the people that I was talking to about Verizon, they might not have even thought about the prepaid Visa. I know I didn't. So okay, for U.S. cards, it's Verizon that won't take Canadian credit cards, and they like to. Now, Carl? Did you do yours online, or were you on the phone?
He just had to.
Of course.
Everything. We have a purchaser here.
Okay. Oh, to sell your house. Okay.
Are you to help him?
Yes, I'll help.
I know, but I mean, I don't want you to. Carl had emergency surgery yesterday.
Oh dear.
So he's making me nervous every time he's up, jumping up and running around.
That's okay. We got. I have a Oh, just a minute. Sandra says I have a Telus cell phone in Campbell River, Vancouver Island, and it works fine. Sandra, do you do any traveling with your Telus cell phone? And what about for internet coverage? Let's see what she has to say. And I see N8YZG. I can't pronounce it. I'm sorry, but hi.
Do you want me to sit out on the side and Sandra could log in if she likes and maybe talk about what she's got going?
Yeah, we could, sure. And then jump on when Carl's finished, jump on.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
All right. Sandra, Kelly's logging off, so you can call in if you like. Yeah. And we have Conrad. Hi, Conrad. We're talking about cell phone coverage for snowbirds, or even not necessarily snowbirds, but full-time RVers in Canada. Specifically, right now we're talking about BC, but we can be talking about anywhere in the country if you like. We're mentioning Roam Mobility, which is a Canadian company, and Verizon and T-Mobile, and Bell. Actually, Bell was not one that I'd had mentioned. So, Sandra, if you want to call in, jump on. Oh, she says she was in Logan Lake last summer. Yes, I'm in Logan Lake too. And Lenny has a friend. Isn't you? Lenny has a friend in Logan Lake. So Logan Lake is becoming very popular. So if one of you guys want to come up here and buy my house, I could get back on the road. I'd be really happy.
Too much snow.
Yeah, I know. That's why I want out of here. We have somebody, Most Radical Man, says his wife and him are interested in internet while RVing. Lenny you have a satellite, right?
No, Bell Hub.
Bell Hub.
I bought a hub. It's like an air card. Telus has an air card.
Okay.
But Bell has the hub, and we found it the cheapest way to go. Unless
Can you tell me how the hub works?
You just connect to it. It's wireless.
Okay.
And you just have it. The nice thing about the hub is we have 2 laptops and 2 tabs and 2 cell phones, and we just hook up to it. So you just get paid for the amount of usage. It starts at $10 and then it goes up from there. It's a flexible thing. You don't use a lot of time on it, then you don't get charged.
Do you need to have a power source in order to plug it in? Okay.
Yeah, power or generator, yeah.
Something like that. Okay. And it's a hub. So, okay. Have you, Debbie and Sean, have you guys looked into internet coverage at all?
Not yet, because we still have data on our phones. So
right.
Carry our plan with us, with Rogers to BC. So I know there's a Rogers store, I think even in Seychelles.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, Rogers almost has the same coverage in BC as Telus does. It's not.
I think they're on Telus's receivers.
Yeah, that's probably what it
is. Yeah. And really and truly, when we're in Canada, it just becomes a personal preference and what kind of plan you can arrange. Yes. And depends also where you're traveling. Mind you, I think you'll find that in the States too. Depends on where you're traveling, which has the best coverage in that particular area.
That's
right. Sorry?
That's why we went with one of the bigger companies, sort of, because I know my cousin in Calgary went with a smaller cell phone company, and she couldn't get very much coverage. But since we've wanted coverage, especially all across Canada, that's why we kind of stuck with somebody like Rogers, who's quite big out here.
Yeah, I think that's a smart move. I find we use Telus, just because I like the coverage on it. I very seldom ever am out of range. What's this? Kelly and Carl sold something. I'm not sure what they're selling, but they've sold something. I don't know if it's their house or not.
Maybe they had. Wow.
What's that?
Maybe they had an offer on the house.
Well, we're going to find out because she's coming online. Did you sell your house, Kelly?
Our son is buying our house, so we're really lucky that way. We don't have to put it up on the market. No, honestly, our son's buying it.
Oh,
but
right.
That was just if it's not tied down, we're selling it. And I didn't
right.
started, and it's super easy. So it's like $50 here, $100 there.
You're going to have to do an article for me for my blog on downsizing, how to get rid of everything fast.
I'll do that from the cruise we're going to take before we move in the RV.
There you go. Sandra says, woohoo.
Okay, so you had a question about, I think we're talking about American credit card or satellite.
Yeah. You said just before you ran away and sold something that, because I said that Verizon does not accept Canadian credit cards online in order to, like, if you want to set up your US account before you leave home, usually what we do is we just pay online with a credit card, and Verizon won't accept Canadian credit cards. So you mentioned prepaid Visa. Can you use that online?
Well, we were at a rally in Iowa. I bought a DishNet pay and go television box. I have a dish on my RV.
Okay.
For whatever month you use it, you don't get a bill if you pay for 2 months, 1 month, that's what you get charged for.
It's pay as you go.
Right. So
okay.
I said, that's what I want. Then they said, well, you got a Canadian credit card. Sorry, we can't do that. So I walked around and I said, can I use a prepaid Visa? And he did it from there online.
So it was a U.S. Visa, but now here's the funny thing, though. Once we set it all up, we were able to pay in any other months following with our Canadian card. It was weird.
It was really weird.
Oh, that's different.
So it was nice that now I have the American DishNet.
Yeah.
Like I said, they sold me the box, no problem, but I couldn't get the programming.
But see, now with the exchange rate, and I haven't actually broke this to Carl yet, he's not getting satellite.
You just haven't told him yet.
But we got lucky too, though. See, we have an American address we were able to use.
Yeah, for the rest of you who don't know, Kelly happens to be American.
Yeah, so we used her mother's. They didn't care.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking something and then it went by my head. So, but you were doing this originally in the States, and quite often, so you probably, because you started up while you were in the States, you didn't encounter any problems.
That's right.
So if a person was in the United States and set up the initial account using a prepaid Visa card, you could probably continue. And most of the people that I know that either go with Verizon or T-Mobile or whoever they choose, they like to keep the plan going so that they always have the same phone number.
Right.
So that every winter when they head down south, their friends who are in the States as well, both American and a Canadian, know that when they cross the border, they can reach them on the same number.
Right.
I have other people that I speak with, and they get a new phone number every year. I can never keep track of where they are. So I think the benefit of working with one of these companies, if you can do a pay-as-you-go, and you can put your account on hold for the months that you come home. Now that's something that, from what I understand, Verizon was very flexible initially, but they've changed their policies. Mm-hmm. So it's something that you need to look at if you want to stay with the same phone number. each year. If you plan on going south every winter and you want the same phone number, shop around, check, like I say, T-Mobile and Verizon, and see what their policies are. You may have, what you may be able to do is reconnect like a month before you go so that you're not over a limit. I don't know exactly what their plans are, but they used to be able to put them on hold for 6 months and then activate them for 6 months. And I think there's a bit of an issue with that. So if having the same phone number every winter when you go down south is important, then that's something that you should look at and ask that question when you're connecting. Sandra's asking, I have my TELUS hotspot on hold right now. That's my mobile Wi-Fi. Oh, okay. And we're just actually, she's being asked, is there any reconnection fees? That's something that you have to ask too, whoever you're using. Now, Sandra's using TELUS. Sandra, are you using TELUS while you're in the States? Because now, if you go, I know there's plans with TELUS, and probably Rogers and Bell have the same thing, that you can get a roaming package for down when you're going into the States. But it's very pricey.
Yes.
It's pretty expensive. They're getting better, I think, but you have to, I think you just really have to be clear on your need and ask the questions that are related. But the reconnection fee, Sandra hasn't answered us yet, though. Reconnection fee is something that you want to look at. Quite often, most of the RVers I know that go down south in the winter have two phones. They have a U.S. phone and they have a Canadian phone.
They use all SIM cards too.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
That's you just keep the same phone.
Yeah, keep the same phone and just remove the SIM card as long as your phone is unlocked.
Yeah. We're getting ours unlocked here pretty quick, actually. Talking about.
Yeah. If you have a plan with TELUS, or if you've purchased a phone through TELUS or one of the companies up here, it probably is not unlocked. It's probably locked, and you'll have to ask to have it unlocked, and you may even have to pay.
Oh, usually do.
To have it. Yeah. I mean, they're going to get you whatever you can. Or you can purchase another phone specifically for, when you're in the U.S. That's a choice too. You can even set it up so that your Canadian number gets call forwarded to your U.S. number. But look at what happens. Yeah, make sure that the people who are calling you or that you're calling out aren't getting roaming charges too, or long distance charges. So I guess the main three are Roam Mobility, Verizon, and T-Mobile. Those are the three that most of the RVers that I've talked to are using. Okay. Most of the people I talk to as well, and I'll probably be in the same situation. They have two phones. Husband and wife each have their own phone, and I predict that my husband and I will both have our own phones too. So we're going to be looking at that kind of plan. My phone is that's my lifeline for my business and that. So there's no way in heck I'm going to let him have it. So now, does anyone have any other questions that we can go over? Sorry, Lenny, go ahead.
I was going to say I'm sorry, but I have to go. But take care, and I'll catch up with you guys another time.
Really nice to meet you, Lenny. Thank you very much for joining us.
Take care, Lenny.
You bet.
See you later.
Yeah,
Okay.
you too.
Bye, Lenny.
Bye.
I have a question about Wi-Fi getting the signal stronger. There's a piece of equipment that you can put on your computer, I believe, and I haven't had to use it, but maybe somebody else knows, that you can strengthen the signal.
They're called boosters.
Boost, yeah, that's what it's called. So that if you're in an RV park and you're using their wireless internet, then you use the booster, right? Is that right, Kelly?
Yes and no. You're going to find out that most of the RV parks, like say like your KOAs, Good Sound Parks, they have their internet is set so that what it's transmitting, it's so low that you can't. You can only like check email, basic web searching. But as far as like say if you want to stream Netflix, you can't do that.
No. And the other thing too, I'm always really concerned about using when we were traveling, using the RV park Wi-Fi for the security, because I do everything online. I do my banking, absolutely everything I do is online. So I'm really cautious about the security.
I don't worry about my banking only because they already have that, whatever it is, encryption.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, but whenever I do log into another Wi-Fi, I will say this is a public. Like my computer will ask, is it personal or public, right?
Right.
I think it's what your computer will let out.
Right.
I think the booster will help get you better, more like faster Wi-Fi.
Okay.
I think it would pick up the signal better, say if you were further away from the internet in the park.
Yeah.
But it's not going to give you more, it's still not going to allow you to stream. They're not going to give you that much. Right. Yeah.
It'll just bring the signal closer, a little stronger.
Yeah.
I know, because we've been in some parks where you can't get a signal unless you're like 5 stalls away from the office.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I do know people that have used satellite. Really? They don't any longer. They said it was extremely expensive. But they parked beside our unit one day, and I was envious as heck because they had no services, nothing, and they went out to their motorhome and looked after all their emails and their business and had access to everything, and I didn't.
Don't you? Honestly, this is crazy, but why don't we have satellite internet, and why isn't it fast and fabulous? I mean, we can send men to the moon and...
Allegedly.
That
guy at Verizon said it. They just haven't perfected it. He goes, "Yeah, that's what the Verizon guy told us." Oh no, sorry, not the Verizon, the DishNet guy.
Yeah. You know, there has to be a reason why we're not getting it, because it's possible.
It's a conspiracy.
It's a conspiracy. Because absolutely every RVer that I speak to, that's their concern. They want internet.
Yeah.
Right? They want access to their emails and be able to do some searches and operate their business online.
Debbie, you're going to be in an RV park, right? Like, are you renting a pad, or are you hopping around all over?
At first, we're going to be hopping around quite a bit. We don't know exactly where we're going to end up. So we're probably going to start around, first we have to get our RV. And then we want to take our boat in the following summer, and we'll be sailing up the Strait of Georgia and spending more time on the boat than the RV for the summer.
Okay. So you
know what? We're going to have to find out where they're docking and join in.
We're looking at Madeira Park.
Yeah, we'll be up in Madeira Park area.
Fender Harbor area.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. That's beautiful. So but the ease of having the RV is you don't have to be in one spot. You can go wherever you want. The same with your boat.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
So then Wi-Fi really isn't much of a concern for you. Like, you're not needing it to work. You're just really needing it for the normal email research and searching. Okay.
So you could even use your cell phone as a hotspot if you had to.
Yeah.
Right? Sandra, this is off topic, but that's okay. She asked Debbie and Sean, what kind of RV are you looking at buying?
Well, we're looking at 2 of them. The one is the Lance. It's built in California. It's 4-season. And,
Oh, okay.
and they are sold in BC. And the other one we were looking at is the Creekside. It's a 4-season also, and it's sold
Yep.
both sides. We were looking at the Bigfoot. They're made in BC,
Right.
all fiberglass, and they're 4-season also. So we have a couple options, but we're pushing
Good.
the lands.
And you're going with a travel trailer, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Good.
Yes,
Good.
because
Nice. We've always had fifth wheels, but I've seen some beautiful travel trailers. Really have. They're gorgeous.
we've because we've got the truck set up to pull the boat, so pulling the travel trailer would be,
Makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah. 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 I never even thought about that. Yeah. So, okay, now that Sandra knows what kind of travel trailer you're buying.
I was going to mention Rogers. I know as far as internet has a little rocket stick, and when they first came out, they were quite expensive. And I haven't looked recently, but I knew somebody at the marina who had this little rocket stick. They could get internet anywhere.
TELUS has one too. And I don't know what the prices are like now, but I do know that oh gosh, it was about 7 or 8 years ago, we were camp hosting in Fort Langley, and anyway, we're out on the river, and I had no internet, and really stupid, I got a stick from TELUS, and they quoted me a price, and I wasn't listening carefully enough, because I used it and I was operating my business, and I got a bill at the end of the month for about $400.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
But I think
I wasn't really popular.
their terms and conditions have improved since then, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, they have. They absolutely have. But I'm very careful. So Kelly, you guys, you're hoping to camp host at KOAs.
Yes.
Correct. Yeah. So you don't really have to worry about internet and such if you're mainly going to be at KOA parks, right?
That's applied it other RV parks. And we do have our heart kind of set on one that isn't KOA related. It just seems like a neat couple that is right. So I don't want to tempt that.
Mm-hmm.
I did. A little bit different here. The camp hosting is strictly volunteer. There is no pay at all. The paying jobs do not come with any sites for hookup. Correct. Yes. Right. Exactly. And those paid jobs were like 40 hours a week. They also want you to pretty much go in and make sure everybody's, following the law, the rules, and staying quiet. And I don't know. I don't think I'd feel very protected like that in those provincial parks. It just doesn't seem like that's for us. We want to, and I want to be around people. And I think the KOA, like I keep saying KOA, but I like that kind of a setup. Yeah. But it comes without no paid. We're hoping to get. Mhm. I noticed that up here in Canada. It seems in the States it's about half and half. You either get a full hookup site in exchange for, say, 15 hours of work each, maybe as low as 10, and the rest of the time, and you only work maybe 3.5, 4 days off. And oh, where was your retirement time? Okay. Oh my, oh my goodness. Is that safe? Right. And see, we don't mind working a full week, 40 hours, as long as you get a couple days off. I mean, we want to try to enjoy. That's the whole idea of going around these different campgrounds and working is so we can enjoy the area and discover it as well. So, and then, oh, go ahead. Awesome. That's awesome. Even in snow? Really? Never want to see snow again. No. Right. So are you going to live in like a 38, 40-foot home? Oh my. And how about your travel trailer? How big is that going to be? Good for you. You'll be able to get anywhere. Perfect. Oh, it does. That's perfect. That's exactly what we're doing. Yes, correct. Yeah. Wow. So we'll all meet up in August. We'll meet on the coast. We'll all meet on the coast in August. And okay, that's the other thing Carl wants to get. Really? It'll be interesting. Remember this moment because for sure we would all have to at least log on here in July, August to see where everybody is and find